Chidanandamamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pitattvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakhattvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Amadeva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Kurudeva Deva. This chant also the sloka of invocation sloka of Yoga Vasistha. Yatas sarvani bhutani pradibhanti stitani cha Yatas sarvani bhutani pradibhanti stitani cha Yatraivopashamam shanti Yatraivopashamam shanti Tasmai satyatmane namaha Tasmai satyatmane namaha. We are doing the last chapter of Yoga Vasistha under the title of Yoga Vasistha 2. Your Yoga Vasistha, the first series of talks, were delivered long time ago at Chunamation Spiritual Camp. Now we are doing the second part of series, and this is both come from the Yoga Vasistha Sara Sangraha. This is a compilation of Yoga Vasistha's slokas by Swami Tejo Mahanji, and it's available in Chinmaya Mission. And we are doing now the last part of that book, 7th chapter, where there is a conclusion of this chapter, or conclusion of the teaching itself. And after this is the discussion is started with Valmiki, Sage Valmiki, teaching his disciple Bharadwaja about how, in response to the question by Rama, how Vasistha explained the nature of the truth, and that is the Jnanasaram. After teaching is over, now the Valmiki wraps up his comment saying that Jnanasaram Vasishtoktam idam akanya raghavaha. So Rama, after listening to the Jnana Saram, the essence of Jnana, from the mouth of his teacher, the Sage Vasistha, and his Muhurtam Asit Udbuddha Chaitanyananda Sagaraha. So he started reveling in that absolute truth that pointed out by Sage Vasistha ji. What is that? It is his own nature, and that is of the nature of pure consciousness. Essentially the teaching is, you are not this, you are that, Tattvamasi. What is that? That is Buddha Chaitanyananda Sagadaha. It is of the nature of pure consciousness, and it is infinite, and that is what your true nature is. That's the essential teaching of the Upanishads. Says Aitadatma idagam sarvam tat satyam sa atma tattvamasi Svetaketu. Oh Svetaketu, you are that. What is that? That is that existence that was being pointed out in the earlier the mantras by the sage Uddalaka, that is his father, to his son. Says that existence alone was there before creation, and the existence itself became many. So everything, the whole world is nothing but, essence of everything is nothing but pure existence, and you are that pure existence. That means you Tattvamasi, you are the very essence of the whole universe, and that is of the nature of not only pure existence, of the nature of consciousness. And here it says Chaitanya Ananda, not only consciousness being limitless, it is of the Ananda Swarupam also. So Satchit Ananda Swarupam is the nature of reality. And having realized that, as I pointed out by his teacher, and Muhurtam Asid, so he essentially reveling in that state of realization of his own true nature, and Mahasamanya Rupatvat, Chidvyapakastaya sthitaha. So it is essentially an account of the identity with that his own nature. He is reveling in that, and therefore nakinchit uchi sampannaha. So he kept his mouth is essentially silence, his mind silence, because there is no need to talk any further. When you are reveling, words cannot reach there. Navak gacchati namanaha, and yadgatvana nivartante aprapya manasasaha. So speech cannot go there. So what's the point in talking about it? So he remained quietly, and that is Shive parinataha pade, that auspicious state of his understanding that I am that is itself he is reveling in himself by himself, and that is essentially what Krishna calls also Sthita Prajnah. So having wrapped that, the Bharadvaja said, so my God, hello Khalu, Aschariyam Ramaha Prapto Mahatpadam. It's no wonder Rama reached that state of understanding because of the teaching by his teacher, and now says, how can we also reach? So we all heard Yoga Vasistha. The question is, how can we reach that same state that Rama reached? Rama reached, that is his glory, but how are we going to reach it? And that is what is to be done, and that is what the Bharadvaja asked on behalf of all of us, how to reach that state of that praptam. Kadam Yetadushi prapti asmakam, for all, Yo Muninayaka. So he requests his teacher Valmiki, say, Muninayaka, O great sage, how can we reach that? For that, now Valmiki responds. Valmiki uvacha asesham rama vruttanta, asesham rama vruttanta, aditoyo nirupitaha, aditoyo nirupitaha, tam vicharya dhiya samyak, tam vicharya dhiya samyak, paramrusha swayam punaha, paramrusha swayam punaha. Together. Valmiki uvacha asesham rama vruttanta, aditoyo nirupitaha, tam vicharya dhiya samyak, paramrusha swayam punaha. So what we have to do? Since Rama realized what we have to do, that was the question, and here is the instruction by Sage Valmiki to his disciple Bharadvaja. He says, Asesham Rama Vrittantam Aditoyo Nirupitaha. So Asesham, you have completely listened, completely Rama Vrittantam, the teaching of Rama by Sage Vasistha. So the dialogue between Vasistha and Rama, you have completely listened without any leaving gap. Asesham means essentially completely, fully, you have heard the whole discussion between the Sage Vasistha and Rama. And Rama Vrittantam, the teaching to Rama, Aditaha, from the beginning you have heard, so Yaha Nirupitaha, and which has been discussed elaborately in the previous talk series also. And that's what Valmiki refers to. And tam vicharya. So what do I have to do? That is now response to that question. So you have heard all that. So you have heard the Vedanta Sravanam. So Srotavyaha is over. Now Mantavyaha Nididhyasitavyaha. So since you still have not realized, since your very question implies that listening was not enough, so you have to do something else now. So the tam vicharya dhiya samyak. So that means that teaching of between Vasistha and Rama, now you remember it and contemplate on it. Tam vicharya, inquire completely using dhiya samyak, using your intellect. So you have to analyze it and clearly understand it. It's not just acceptance, it is a questioning it and appreciating the logic of it as well as the scriptural truth, and then only ascertaining it. So that is essentially tam vicharya dhiya samyak. So you have to use the intelligence. That's why the scripture says atato brahma jignasa. Then therefore inquire. Inquiry involves the buddhi, and the Mandukya Upanishad talks about Turiyam, and then it says that Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante Sa Atma Sa Vigneyaha. Sa Vigneya means that you have to find out by using Vijnanam. That means intellectually one has to ascertain, analyze it, and understand it that indeed is true. So essentially Yukti becomes important tool for this self-realization. So therefore, it says dhiya samyaku. You have to use intellect. So people think that, oh, this is all intellectual discussions, and now we have to do meditation. Meditation is not a means of knowledge. Means of knowledge is only 6 means of pratyaksha, and the anumana, shabda, and arthapatti, anuparabdhi, and upamana. There are 6 categories of how one can gain knowledge, but there is no meditation in that. So meditation is not a means of knowledge. Meditation only to what you have gained by a through means of a knowledge, that is through Shabda Pramana. Now you have to contemplate on it. That contemplation and evaluation and thinking about it is the meditation, and that's what essentially is being addressed here. Tam vicharya dhiya samyak paramrisha swayam punaha. So you have to use intellect, so you have to reflect on the teaching. Now the teaching is done by Vasistha to Rama, but now we have to reflect the teaching and see all possible to make sure that the understanding is crystal clear and we have no more doubts related to that. That is what scripture also says, Srotavyaha, then Mantavyaha. Mantavya means reflect on the teaching. That is the constant, continuous and reflection of the teaching becomes essential means to ascertain and to make sure that we have no more doubts left, and anybody asks any doubt anywhere on the absolute, you should be able to answer to your satisfaction, not necessarily to other guys. Other guys may not be satisfied with your answer, but you have to make sure that you have addressed the question appropriately and correctly to the degree that you can. So that is why the scripture itself, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, in the Maitreyi Brahmana, the Yajnavalkya husband says that after teaching, says Srotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha. Tavya means you have to do it. There is no other shortcuts there. And Srotavya, first you have to listen to the teaching. To which teaching? Is a listen to the scriptural teaching. And how long? Prolonged length of time under a competent teacher until it is crystal clear, and then reflect on the teaching. And this is what essentially Sage Valmiki tells his disciple Bharadwaja, that you have heard now you reflect on it. That means remember and then contemplate on it, think about it, the pros and cons of why that is so. So the scripture may not be, may not recognize logically because it's beyond logic. At the same time, scripture is logical. So the order of it is the scripture, the Shruti or Shastram, and then the next one is Yukti, the logic, and Anubhava. Anubhava means experience of individual experiences. They are in that order or required to abide in the knowledge. So one can understand it, but again leave it again. It's though it is a intellectual understanding, as a paroksha jnanam, that what has to be is aparoksha jnanam. It is about my own self, not some about Brahman. So that confirmation, it says, I am infinite, since the scripture says so, and it has to be logical. We're not talking about infinite with respect to body, mind, intellect. That's not infinite. That is always finite. But what is I am infinite means Aham Brahmasmi. I'm not referring to the local equipments. It is pure existent consciousness that I am. That is what essentially to be understood. So that a reflection of that constantly until there are no more doubts left, and that is called mantavyaha. And this is what here the sage is saying. Tam vicharya. Vicharya means inquiring along the lines that has been discussed, since you have asation without any session, without any leaving gaps. You have heard complete story, complete discussion. Now you have to reflect on the teaching. Tam vicharya dhiya samyak paramrusha swayam punaha. Paramrusha swayam punaha. So reflect on that and swayam punaha, again and again. How long? Until I am established firmly that Aham Brahmasmi. No more doubts and no more intellectual understanding. It's a factual understanding. Yes, indeed, I am infinite. In spite of the body, mind, intellect being finite. In spite of externally at transaction level, I am only finite. But from the absolute level, I am part is infinite. Only this part is the finite. So when I say I am this, infinite, as though taking the role of a finite for some purpose. So if I understand it, I can play the game of life while still playing the role at a finite level. At the same time, recognize that I am infinite. That is essentially paramrusha swayam punaha. Yourself, you have to do punaha, again. How long you have to do? Do it again. How long? Again. Until you have established yourself that I am indeed that. And mind starts slipping once it is getting, because of the habits, one gets into the habitual vasanas and all that. Whenever you does, you go back again, rethinking and srotavya, again contemplate on it, again firmly abide back into your own true nature. That keep on has to be done, and it's a realization is not a discrete event. It's a slow process. Understanding, once you understand it, you start abiding slowly, because the habits are very difficult to lose. Because someone said the habit spelling is, at least one spelling is Habit. So habits are difficult to remove, because habitually we are taking I am this, I am this, I am this, and now it says I am not this, I am pure Satchidanandam. So that switch cannot occur quickly because of the mind habitually taking I am this. So what should I do? So it says habit involves Habit. Even if you lose H, the bit still remains Abit. Even if you lose A, bit still remains, Bit will be there. Even if you lose B, it still remains, until that you turn your attention that I, little I, has to become big I now, as I am pure consciousness, and that is the truth T. So until one abides in that, habits will not get easily removed. So habitually the mind has been associating itself that I am so and so, and I am finite, and this is me, and I am this. All that is deep root, that knowledge is deeply rooted, and I am this body, I am this mind, I am this intellect, because I need this body, mind, intellect for transactions. At the same time, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. That should be the knowledge, and that should sink in, or for that only you have to keep on contemplating. So Swami Paramahansa calls it as FIR reduction. So as one abides in the knowledge, the frequency of perturbation from that, and the intensity of perturbation, and the recovery time from perturbation is from the disturbance is slowly reduces, and slowly one abides into the knowledge that Aham Brahmasmi. So it's not a discrete process, but it's a slow process that takes years sometimes, even whole lifetime itself, because of the habitual indulgence in the world outside. So Paramrusha Swayam Punaha. Swayam Punaha means again and again, one Punaha, you have to keep doing until one abides in the knowledge that Aham Brahmasmi. So that's the major instruction by Sage Valmiki. Now this is for instructions for all of us. So once we have studied Vedanta, then you have to keep studying again and again until it sinks in. So study as you become more and more mature. It's not just a studying of some book, but it is recognition of the problem, right, and when you are studying, shifting the mind attention to that fact, and that becomes a study. So that becomes a nididhyasitavyaha. Constant reflecting on the teaching or meditation on the teaching is the nididhyasanam, and that occurs by constant practice only, as Krishna says the abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha, by giving up wrong notions and constantly reveling in the truth that Aham Brahmasmi. That is not a japa, I am Brahman, it's not a japa. It's a clear understanding has to sink in by constantly contemplating on that. Now Valmiki continues. Avidyaya jagadjatam nasti satyamihanvapi nasti bhinnam citah kinchit swapna vruttamidam jagat together. Avidyaya jagadjatam nasti satyamihinvapi nasti bhinnam citaha kinchit swapna vrutta midam jagat. So avidyaya jagadjatam. So here is the statement by Valmiki. It says avidyaya, because of the ignorance only, jagadjatam, the world is created. So here is summarizing some of the statements that we learned before. It is because of the ignorance only the world is created, and therefore na asti satyam ihanvapi. So na asti satyam iha anopi. So there is not an iota of satyam, truth, on this world, because the world comes under due to the ignorance, because the ignorance generated thing is not necessarily real. Therefore there is no truth in this. So avidyaya jagadjatam nasti satyam mahanvapi nasti bhinnam citaha kinchit swapna vruttam idam jagat. So nasti bhinnam citaha kinchit. So in principle there is absolutely no difference between the pure consciousness and the world. So there is nothing that is away from the consciousness. And kinchit swapna vruttam idam jagat. So swapna vruttam idam jagat. This, just as the thoughts of the swapnam, of the world that rises in the dream state, in the same way there is no absolute reality or the waking state too. So here avidyaya jagadjatam nasti satyamihanvapi nasti bhinnam citaha kinchit swapna vruttam idam jagat. So the avidyaya jagat. So if I do not know, then mind projects something other than there. So it's how ignorance projects. Ignorance directly doesn't project, but ignorance becomes a cause for the mind to project it. Just as the simple example people say is the rope and a snake. When I don't know that it is a rope and I'm seeing some object, and immediately the mind that doesn't know that it is made up of the rope, it thinks that it is snake based on the partial attributive content that was obtained by the seeker. So nasti bhinnam chitaha kinchitu. So chitaha kinchit, besides the consciousness, there is nothing whatsoever bhinnam. So apart from consciousness, there is nothing that really belongs to the chittam, chitaha. Kinchit swapnavatu, swapna vruttam idam jagatu. It's like the dream world. What is like a dream world? This world is also like a dream world. So how does it happen in dream world? And when I don't comprehend myself the absolute truth, I miscomprehend it, and therefore I am the essence of it. Nasti binnam chitaha kinchitu swapna vruttam idam jagatu. So there is no the iota of truth in this what you're seeing, and there's nothing that exists different from pure consciousness. Swapna vruttam idam jagatu. This world is like a projection in the dream. So when I'm dreaming, it says, hey, it's not real. You say, who says it's not real? For a dreamer, dream is real in dream. But when he comes out of the dream and goes back to the continuous, that is homogeneous, that absence of the dream, then you see the world of plurality without the ignorance, then that part becomes a pure here. But here, the avidyaya jagadjatam, because I do not know what it is, I project something other than what it is. So how does this swapna vruttam idam jagatu is just like a dream. So what happens in the dream? Because I do not know, I am a waker, sleeping now, so that is covered. Then because of the pressure of the vasanas, I project something different from what I am. So my vision will be something different from the total vision, and because of that, my projection also will be different. So nasti bhinnam chitaha kinchitu swapna vruttam idam jagatu. And just like a dream creation, and the whole world is also something similar. And the analogy of dream creation is, in dream we think that is real. So a dreamer doesn't question the validity of the dream. He knows that since I am dreaming, so there is an experience going on, and that experience may look like a real experience for the one who is dreaming. But from the point of a dreamer thinks that dream is real, but as long as he is in the dream. But when he wakes up, then he resolves that what I saw as a part of the vision there. So you think it is real, but it's not really real. So for a dreamer, dream is real, but only when he awakened to the higher state of consciousness, look back, oh, that's all dream, it's not really real. So in the dream, I was a millionaire or a multi-billionaire, but in the waking state, I am a regular guy without having those money. So for me, whatever that this one becomes a natural. So fellow who is in the dream doesn't have problems of the dream, but he is only witnessing and experiencing the dream world, and for him there is a real world as long as you are in the dream. But once I awaken to the higher state of consciousness, I look back and say, oh, that was all dream, there is no reality. So using this example, the Gaudapada talks about the absolute reality of the waking state also, and says, Nanta pragyam na bhai pragyam no bhayata pragyam na pragyana ghanam. So I am not this, I am not this, I am not this, I am that, because of which that everything is revealed for to the intellect. So nasti bindam chitaha kinchitu swapna vruttam idam jagat. So for a dreamer, the dream becomes a real as long as he's a dream. Only when he's awakened, the dreamer doesn't say it's a dream. Only when he's awakened to the higher state of consciousness, looking back, oh, that was a dream, it's not real. It's not the dreamer making a statement, it is the waker making about the dream. But for him, waking state is real. But if you realize, go to higher state of consciousness, then the waking state is also not really real from the point of that reference. So one has to go to higher state of consciousness to look back and declare that that's not really real. So from the point of the jiva, so he feels that his world is real even though he doesn't know the truth. And because of lack of understanding of what the truth is, he will project something other than what the truth is. And that's what essentially is the avidya. Sleep becomes a problem for the one who is associated with the world, and reality is when awakened to the higher state of understanding, then you look back, then you say it is like a dream. So here is a point that says, the Gaudapada talks about, see, since I experienced the dream, and as a dreamer it is real, so what's real, what's not real? So it says, the experienceability cannot negate the reality or unreality. Since I am experiencing, other philosophy says, it is real. Same statement, since I am experiencing, therefore it's not real, it's only mithya. That is what Shankara says. Drishyatvat. That means you are experiencing it. You are seeing it, therefore it's not real. So the real cannot be seen. So what is real, what's unreal, that viveka, how do we get? That's exactly what to be analyzed. Since anything experienceable cannot be criteria for reality, because whole dream world we experience while in dream, only when I'm awakened to the higher state of understanding, then I know that there is no real dream too, or dream is not real also. So the experienceability and the utility and transactability, all these cannot provide that it is really real. So what's real? Says Gaudapada says, that which remains the same all periods of time. So it should be the same all the time, then only it's real. So perceptibility, experienceability, transactability, all that abilities will not make an object real. What makes it real is that it cannot experience, and that is beyond any experience, and that's your own true nature. And that's what essentially the Valmiki was emphasizing. We'll go back again, continue this. Valmiki summary about and instructions for his disciple and through his disciple to all of us. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.